Hello and welcome for allowing me the pleasure of presenting my final project. Uh, Super excited to take on this challenge. Big shout out to Rob, Michael, William. You three did a great job this cohort. Really glad to be there along for the ride and the journey. Y'all did a great job. Thank you. I'm not a real great presentation speaker. Don't even have an opening joke for you guys. I really don't. So we're just going to dig in. It's a little technical, but I knew my audience wouldn't mind. At least on this one. I have this little thing here. Operation Reboot. I have not had to reboot my PC this many times in a long time. I mean, it was, I lost count, I lost track, I'm still losing sleep. CyberLab 1.4, I'm working on version 2. It will get there. It's a work in progress, but I'm really super happy with the lab I've got set up. I did some extra steps to it. I set it up on an internal network, which you'll see. I had to use a Radman and CyberGhost. Due to life's necessities and needs, I found it to be a requirement that I'm able to work remotely. Radman allows you to connect two PCs in remote locations as if they're on the same LAN, same office. Really cool technology. Use that along with Windows RDP to gain access to my system back home from afar. Using CyberGhost VPN protection to encrypt on the way out, jumping out, RDPing into the base system. I had a nice little setup. My VirtualBox VMs. I had Kali. Metasploitable comes with the Windows 2008 server and the Linux server. I loaded it up with Mr. Robot, Earth. Those are from VulnHub. Great source for vulnerable machines. Great for practicing your training and continuing your education. Now, my intentions, now you can also use Radman VPN server add-in to do remote control, but it's a little more clunky. Don't recommend it. I just stick with the RDP. Much smoother and faster responses. Here is the DHCP server I created within VirtualBox. Named it CyberLab 1. You can see here I've got the beginning and ending range addresses from point 2 to point 254. The DHCP server is on 1, of course. The broadcast is 255. It is enabled. Here's the command that we used to create the virtual lab. You go into VirtualBox. After that, you assign the network adapters to your internal network by name. Pretty easy setup. Keeps it nice and isolated. Nothing can get in from outside, and you can't go reaching out. Nothing can get on my LAN and infect my other systems, especially playing with these vulnerable machines. Big happy face there. The blue, this was a failed attempt at building Metasploitable 3. The last failed attempt, though. There were many. This one failed due to Windows Defender picking up on Trojans and backdoors in the software. Had to turn off my real-time protection, my cloud-based protection, rerun the build. It built the VMs, got them going. Man, it was a 3 or 4 day lab setup easily. And then I had to go out of town. So all of my recon, which you're seeing here, was done out of town. Here I am on the Kali machine, RDP'd from out of town into my Windows 10 system, opening up my virtual boxes, launching my VMs, logging into my Kali system, getting my IP information. I'm seeing here I'm on the isolated network. Very good. Here I am. I start my Windows 2008 server. I do the same checks on it. I'm on, get the IP. I ping it from my Kali system. Here's my Windows Server responses. Try to reach outside of the network from the Kali system. It's shut off. The isolation's doing its job. Now, when I doing my checks on the Windows 2008 server, I realized that Metasploitable uses two network adapters for the virtual machines. I had to change both adapters to internal network. I fixed that issue, rebooted the 2008 server, and was only on my isolated network. So there for a second I was bridged, but fixed that real fast. Here I am just doing a quick ping and port scan. Sorry about that. With an Nmap, instantly you can see it's up. The actual runtime was under a minute, so not bad on the runtime for this little fast ping. I immediately notice ports 21, 22, and 80 open. I'm going to attack those heavily. Unfortunately, 80 was a little difficult. Apache was not working correctly. In fact, I got on the WAMP server index page once. I was able to access the uploads directory continually, but the rest of the Apache was broke. I kept getting 500s and redirects to built-in error pages within the Apache. It was weird. So anyway, I wanted to use this project. Of course, I ran through some of the walkthroughs. I did some of it exactly what we did in class and was able to root the system fairly fast. So I then turned my attention to things we haven't done in class, what I wanted to play with and learn. I learned a neat little tool in Kali, Nikto. I don't know how you pronounce it. Not even going to try. But it allowed me, once I found the FTP server, I did this is out of order. I had already done a brute force into the FTP server, which I'll show you. But here I am looking at the uploads directory, and I am seeing that the HTTP methods allowed are completely open. I can post files, I can send files to the server, I can delete them, I can get them, I can copy them, I can do whatever I want with them. Very dangerous, especially with some information that I find out a little later. You can do the same thing with Nmap using the script web DAV scan. It gives you the same information, a little bit cleaner, but it's a lot more to type. Not a huge fan of typing. Like I say, I attacked the FTP server heavily. Here's the little code snippet above my head here. That's the CMD php.php file you see here. Shell PHP. This is a file created out of MSF Venom. That was how I originally went in, rooted the system, or got system level on the system. But here I am playing with the FTP server. I'm looking at my file directions. Here's another cool tool I got an opportunity to learn, Cadaver. I actually used it to upload those files to the FTP server. Once you cadaver your website, you have to have your full URI. It will connect you. You can then, any of the allowed HTTP methods you can use. I was using put to place my files onto the server. Uploaded both files. The little code here just allows you to run commands on the system. Here you can see it through the web portal. You can see the files are uploaded when they went in. 19th of January. Now here's another cool tool. CEWL. Cool. That's all I'm going to call it. It's just cool. It creates a word list from a web page. So on one of the walkthroughs, I seen it. I had to put it in here. It was just too cool not to. So the Metasploitable 3 wiki page that's actually on GitHub, I used it to create a word list, minimum word or minimum characters 7, using the D flag to make sure I have a single column of potential words and then the file name for my word list. Here I am catting it out, displaying it. Pretty cool tool. I tried 8 first. It did not hit on my character length. I had to drop it down to 7. I thought 8 because most passwords are minimum 8. Here I am brute forcing the SSH on the system using SSH login. I already know the username Vagrant, so we're using it, setting my options, running the brute force using my dictionary file that I've created from the wiki page. Did not take it very long at all to successfully give me the username and password of the Vagrant user, SSH. I then set my eyes on the administrator account, same password, just brute force both of them real fast. The SSH test on Vagrant user went horrible. I forgot what OS I was in. I'm typing Linux commands on a Windows machine. Yeah, that happened. So what OS am I in? It depends on which keyboard I grab, I think. So, got on there, did a net user, got all the usernames here. I created a persistence method of a new SSH account, or a new user account, admin backup. Gave it a super easy password and stuff using net user command. Well, as soon as I logged into my Windows 2008 system again, there my little icon for admin backup was. I was like, man, yeah, I better get better at this. I will get caught if I ever try to go unethical with it. So anyway, but I did create that user, was successful in SSHing into the system. Here I am using that little PHP code that I was showing you, running commands from the browser. Hostname, Vagrant. Here I am. I'm system. Who am I? I am system. I can no limit now to what I can upload onto this FTP server and wreak havoc. One of the many ideas I had for my scanner was to create a random number generator, and using udev random or urandom in Linux and the Windows PowerShell equivalent to create encryption keys and start encrypting files found on an FTP server. Well, yeah, that just seemed like too much work. Anyway, so here I am getting the net user here. The other one was easier to read, but I was able to take this one and copy paste it and just remove the spaces and create a list. But anyway, I'm currently attacking these user accounts using brute force on my Kali system as I speak. So I've not stopped. My WAMP server, like I said, I hit this web page once and I crashed it going to the uploads directory. I didn't even try to go to PHP my admin. I didn't even try. It would not let me. I tried those exploits. A lot of them failed because the Apache wasn't working correctly. It just blew up. Just blew up just like that. That's what the Apache server did. But no, I had a really fun time doing this project. I really appreciate the patience that you have shown and given my circumstances. Like I said, I tried to reach outside the box and use tools we did not get a chance to use in class. Some I was familiar with, some I was not, clearly. But I had a good time. That Mesploitable Windows 2008 server machine, boom, it was a win by knockout. Was able to get in, take system level, and took care of business. Like I say, I'm going to continue on those other machines as y'all do the next cohort and be practicing up for my Security Plus exam. Wish y'all the best of luck. Thank you.